Bronny out here playing like ass cheeks right now, bro. Like son is horrible. Son is horrible. Son is horrible.
I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad.
They said he was selfish. They said he couldn't win without Shaq. They said he'd never touch Jordan's level, no matter how many times he dropped 40 on a team's head. For years, the media dragged Kobe Bryant through the mud, picking apart his every move, every missed shot, every cold stare on the bench. They made him the villain while crowning the league's new golden boy before he even earned a ring. ESPN analysts couldn't stop hyping LeBron James like he was basketball's messiah, saying the league would be his the moment he stepped on the court. The script was written. LeBron was the future, and Kobe was just history. But what they didn't get is that Mamba mentality doesn't bow to narratives. It burns them to ashes. Kobe didn't just play the game, he studied it, breathed it, bled for it.
That's their China's Vegas.
Connect, catch, shoot with the clock winding up. Oh, Bron!
While the world doubted, he was in the gym before sunrise, training like a man possessed, chasing greatness when nobody was watching. That's what the media never understood. The hunger that made him dangerous. And when it came down to it, none of the noise mattered. Not MVP votes, not triple doubles, not viral highlight reels padded in meaningless regular season games. The only currency that counts when the lights blind your eyes and pressure suffocates your chest?
Be aware of where he is when the rebound comes off.
Here's Reeves going all the way to the basket, something he does really as well as anybody.
Is championship rings. Stack them up, and the scoreboard speaks for itself. Kobe Bryant, 5 rings. LeBron James, 4. Simple math, no debate. Yet somehow, the disrespect never stopped. Even after years of dominance, people still tried to box him in.
I think everybody on the Lakers is fine what LeBron did for his son.
That's a great question. I don't think that matters. He did it. That kid, I wish him nothing but the best. He should be in the G League, getting better as a player. He should have been in the G League all year. I think it was a great story for them to go on the court together.
Remember how they painted him as Shaq's sidekick? 3 titles with the Diesel, and suddenly the story flipped. Kobe's just riding coattails, they said. But the truth? Kobe wasn't following anyone. He was just waiting for his moment to take over. And when he did, the entire league had to face the cold, undeniable truth. The Black Mamba didn't need saving. He was the storm. Robin to Shaq's Batman. That's what they called him. The media ate it up, plastering that storyline everywhere until people believed it was gospel truth. They sold the idea that Kobe was just a sidekick riding shotgun while Shaq drove the dynasty. But when Shaq bounced out of LA, the real story began. Did Kobe fold under pressure? Did he run to another superstar to carry the weight? Nope.
Maybe he gonna have a bounce back game. Yo, Bronny James sucks, man. Bronny sucks. Guys, like, he's bad, bro.
He stayed right where he was, in Los Angeles, and built his legacy brick by brick. He carried that team through the fire, dragging them back to the top and delivering 2 more championships back-to-back, this time as the unquestioned alpha. No safety net, no shortcuts, no excuses, just straight-up dominance. Kobe didn't cry for help when things got ugly. He didn't jump ship. He sharpened his game, pushed his teammates harder, and made believers out of doubters.
I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad.
Meanwhile, when things started crumbling in Cleveland, what was LeBron plotting? A whole escape plan, wrapped up in bright lights and national TV. That infamous special, The decision. A full hour of primetime television just to tell the world he was ditching his hometown to join Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami. He called it taking his talents to South Beach, but everyone knew what it really was. A public breakup with Cleveland broadcast to millions.
We love what we're seeing from him in the G League because that's where you belong. As you hone your skills and you get better and you legitimately earn, which I believe he has the potential to do. I am rooting for Bronny James. It would be cruel to root against him. He's a wonderful kid. I wish him nothing but the best. But he's LeBron James' son. And everybody knows what attention that brings.
That moment changed the game. It was the birth of the modern-day super team. But even with all that star power, all that hype, what happened when the Heat hit the finals? LeBron froze up and choked. The spotlight got too hot, and the so-called king lost his crown before he even earned it. Kobe, he didn't need no televised drama or carefully edited PR stunt. He never begged other prime stars to come save him. He bled purple and gold for 20 straight years.
The kid's got potential. I think the kid will be in the NBA one day. I watched him in the G League doing this thing. I think he's going to be fine. Eventually.
Through the highs, the heartbreaks, and the rebuilds. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, just pure mamba mentality. Cold, fearless, and built for greatness. No detours, no shortcuts. Just straight loyalty. 2 full decades, 20 years, with one franchise, through every high, every heartbreak, every injury, every ounce of hate thrown his way.
Listen to this. He is so much more comfortable and confident as a player, Reddick said. Skill-wise, read-wise, all of those things have improved. But there's a big difference between improving those things in an individual workout and small group settings and then doing it 5-on-5. I have just felt like all of September and in our first 3 days of camp, he just looks more comfortable and confident.
From the glory days of the three-peat to the dark nights of missing the playoffs, Kobe stayed locked in, loyal to the purple and gold like it was stitched into his soul. He didn't just wear the Lakers jersey, he lived it. That's not just rare, that's extinct in today's NBA. Because let's be real, who else does that anymore? LeBron James sure didn't.
I'm really confident in myself right now, so I'm ready to go out there. Everything is paid off. All the work, all the late nights, all the early morning.
1 minute it's Cleveland, then Miami, then back to Cleveland, then off to Los Angeles. 4 different chapters. If you count the Cavaliers twice, all part of the same story, chasing rings by taking the smoother road. Wherever the talent gathered, that's where LeBron landed. Always looking for the next blueprint to ride on. Always jumping to the next super team instead of building one from scratch. Kobe? He stayed through the storm. He played through torn shoulders, broken fingers, and losing seasons without ever packing his bags. He didn't run from the grind. He became the grind. That's real legacy. That's real loyalty. The kind of dedication that doesn't bend with the spotlight or fade when things get hard. He didn't chase greatness. Greatness chased him. But here's where things get wild. Because not all rings are created equal. Let's break down Kobe's 5 one by one, and you'll see exactly why his legacy hits different. These weren't charity trophies. These were earned against straight killers in NBA history. First, 2000, the Indiana Pacers led by Reggie Miller, one of the coldest, most clutch shooters the league has ever seen. The man could light you up from anywhere, and Kobe still handled business. Then 2001, Allen Iverson at his absolute peak. AI was crossing up everyone in sight, dropping 40 like it was nothing, and still, the Lakers crushed the Sixers. Next came the 2002 New Jersey Nets, with Jason Kidd running the floor like a general, controlling the tempo with surgical precision. Yet once again, Kobe stood tall and came out with that ring shining. Then came the era of doubt, the whispers, the claims that he couldn't win without Shaq. The critics were loud until 2009. That's when Kobe demolished Dwight Howard's Orlando Magic, putting all that "he can't do it alone" talk to rest. But it didn't stop there. In 2010, He faced the Boston Celtics' Big Three, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen, a powerhouse squad that had humiliated the Lakers in 2008. Everyone remembered that pain, but Kobe remembered it more. Game 7, 2010 Finals. That wasn't just basketball, that was revenge. The entire world watched as Kobe clawed his way to victory, outlasting the Celtics in one of the toughest finals battles ever. That wasn't about stats, it was about heart. Now look at LeBron's path. His first 2 titles came with a stacked Miami super team, Wade and Bosh, both all-stars in their prime. His third? Cleveland. But let's be honest, Kyrie Irving hit the shot of a lifetime, the real dagger that saved the franchise. And his fourth? The bubble ring, won alongside Anthony Davis, another top 5 player in the league. Different paths, different battles, but Kobe's rings were built on blood, sweat, and payback. Every championship LeBron ever won came with another superstar holding equal weight. That's not coincidence, that's a pattern. It's how his whole career's been built. But Kobe? He was different. He didn't need a dream team to look great. He was the dream. That killer instinct he carried separated him from everyone, including LeBron. When the lights hit, Kobe didn't need motivation. He became it. We're talking about injuries that would have sent most players straight to the sidelines. Torn ligaments in his shooting hand? He still played. A fractured finger? He just taped it up and kept balling like nothing happened. Sprained ankle? Barely missed a game. And then came April 12th, 2013, the night that changed everything. The Achilles tear, a career-ending injury for most athletes. But what did Kobe do? He limped to the free throw line, calm as ice, drained both free throws, and walked off on his own. No drama, no tears, just pure Mamba mentality. That wasn't just toughness. That was a statement. It said, "I'll go down on my terms." It was the embodiment of heart, grit, and pride. Now look at LeBron's version of adversity. The infamous cramps in the finals, the dramatic walk-offs when things didn't go his way, the endless load management breaks to preserve longevity. Sure, he's built for the long game, calculating every step, protecting his brand like a chess master moving his pieces. But Kobe, he was no strategist. He was a warrior. He didn't care about stats or minutes played. He burned himself out every single night if that's what it took to win. He didn't pace himself. He pushed himself past human limits. While LeBron was managing energy, Kobe was bleeding intensity. That's the difference between playing for the moment and living for the moment. That's why players feared Kobe in ways they never feared anyone else, not even LeBron. And don't just take my word for it. Listen to the players who lived it, who faced him. Charles Barkley, one of the most unfiltered voices in basketball history, said it plain. Kobe's above LeBron. His exact words. Barkley never sugarcoats anything. He said Kobe wanted to rip your heart out, while LeBron just wanted to be your buddy. That's not trash talk. That's truth spoken from a man who's been in the trenches. And he's not alone. Tony Parker, who battled both legends on the biggest stage, ranked them himself. Jordan first, Kobe second, LeBron third. That's coming from a champion who's faced them all. Remember when the Spurs embarrassed LeBron's Miami Heat in 2014? Even after that, Parker still gave Kobe the edge. Why? Because Kobe carried something LeBron never could. Aura! It wasn't just talent, it was fear. That chill down your spine when you realized the Mamba was locked in. The look in his eyes that said, "You're done." Players didn't just guard Kobe, they survived him. And then there's Meta World Peace, the man who actually won a ring alongside Kobe in 2010. He saw the grind up close, every brutal workout, every sleepless night of film study, every ounce of that Mamba intensity. When Meta says, LeBron's not built the same, he's not talking trash, he's talking truth. He means mental toughness, the willingness to go to war for victory, no matter the cost. Kobe didn't care about pain, fatigue, or public image. He was obsessed with domination. He didn't want to outshine you. He wanted to break you on the court. That's the difference that stats can't show. LeBron may be a genius with the ball, a master of control, but Kobe? He was chaos with purpose, a fire that burned through pressure like gasoline. When you played against the Mamba, you didn't just play basketball. You faced a force of nature. Paul Pierce, a rival who went toe-to-toe with both Kobe and LeBron, refuses to even put LeBron in his all-time top 5. Let that sink in. This isn't some random hot take from a fan. This is coming from a man who battled them both, who felt that difference up close. Pierce said it straight. Facing Kobe was like staring down a predator. You weren't just playing a game. You were questioning whether you even belonged on that court. But facing LeBron, you thought maybe, just maybe, if you played harder, if you hustled enough, you had a chance. That's a massive gap in intimidation, and every real competitor feels it. Even athletes outside the NBA recognize the difference. NFL star Max Crosby has tattoos of Kobe and Jordan inked on his arm, not LeBron. Why? Because he respects mentality. That savage hunger for greatness, that refusal to settle for anything less than perfection. Real athletes know real killers when they see one, and Kobe Bryant was one of the deadliest. Now let's talk clutch. Sure, LeBron's had game winners, nobody's denying that. But when the entire game's hanging by a thread, when the crowd's losing its mind and the moment feels impossible, who do you trust? The numbers might tell one story, but the eye test never lies. Kobe lived for those moments. The harder the shot, the more he wanted it, and the more likely he was to bury it cold-blooded. Remember Game 4 of the 2000 Finals? Shaq fouls out in overtime. The Lakers look done. And then here comes 21-year-old Kobe, calm, fearless, laser-focused, dropping 8 straight points in OT and carrying his squad to victory. That wasn't luck. That was Mamba instinct. Or look at the 2006 showdown against Dallas, another classic example of Kobe's ice-cold clutch gene. No fear, no hesitation, just pure belief that the ball belonged in his hands when everything was on the line. That's the difference. LeBron studies pressure, Kobe thrived in it. When Kobe outscored the entire Dallas Mavericks team by himself through 3 quarters, 62-61, that wasn't just talent. That was superhuman. Nobody could believe what they were watching. He was locked in like a man possessed, slicing through defenders, hitting impossible fadeaways, pulling up from anywhere on the court. And just when people thought that was his ceiling, he dropped the unthinkable. 81 points in a single NBA game. Let that sink in. 81, the second highest scoring performance in league history. LeBron's career high, 61. That's 20 points lower. And here's the thing. Kobe didn't get those points padding stats in garbage time. Every bucket was earned. Every shot was ripped from defenders throwing everything at him. Double teams, traps, and pure desperation. Yet Kobe just kept scoring, smiling through the pressure like it fueled him. But beyond the numbers, it's their approach to leadership that tells the real story. Kobe didn't just lead, he demanded greatness. He pushed his teammates past their limits, sometimes so hard it hurt, but it worked. Paul Gasol credits Kobe for turning him into a champion. Lamar Odom said Kobe forced him to elevate his game and grow into a winner. Even role players like Derek Fisher and Robert Horry rose to the moment because Kobe refused to let anyone coast. If you were beside him, you had to earn it. LeBron? His way was different. Recruiting stars, stacking the deck, and trying to build instant dynasties. That's not leadership through grind. That's leadership through convenience. While Kobe was in the gym at 4 a.m., chasing perfection before sunrise, LeBron was playing chess with rosters and contracts. Kobe's film sessions, his obsession with every detail, untouchable. The man studied footwork like it was an art form, watched entire games frame by frame, searching for the tiniest edge. That's not just discipline, that's obsession. And don't forget the battlefield Kobe had to survive to even reach the finals, the bloodbath Western Conference. Every playoff run was a war. Duncan's Spurs, Nash's Suns, Dirk's Mavericks, and later KD and Westbrook's Thunder. Just getting to the finals meant taking down Hall of Famers. Meanwhile, LeBron cruised through the East for years, where half the competition looked like sparring practice. Sometimes his toughest challenge was just staying healthy until June. So yeah, LeBron's got the stats, the records, the longevity, but Kobe's got the legacy etched in fire. LeBron might have the physical gifts, the height, the power, the speed, but Kobe had what really mattered: the heart, the rings, the respect, and that unshakable fear factor. He carried an aura that no stat sheet could measure, the presence of a man who refused shortcuts, who stared greatness in the face and earned every inch of it. He never joined forces with superstars in their prime just to chase an easy path. He never jumped ship when things got rough. He never hid behind excuses or loaded rosters. He stayed put, fought, bled, and won, again and again. 5 rings, count 'em, 5. That's the scoreboard, but the story runs way deeper than numbers ever could. It's about the battles fought, the scars earned, and the way those victories were built, through sweat, pain, and pure obsession. Kobe Bryant didn't just play basketball, he defined what it meant to sacrifice for greatness. He wasn't chasing legacy, he was legacy. So when people still debate who's greater, just remember, stats fade, records break, but fear and respect last forever. If you felt that Mamba fire, hit that like, subscribe, and share this with someone who still remembers the grind. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Kobe or LeBron? Who really earned the crown? I'll catch you in the next one. Stay locked in and stay legendary.